Hey everyone, welcome back to the AI Sisterhood Podcast. And we've started doing this podcast for like a month now, and this is our fifth episode. So today we have an exciting guest joining us. And before we get to know all about her, let me tell you why we are doing this specific podcast. Because there are only 22% of women who are in the AI space at the moment. So, which is very low, and if you take the leadership positions in the AI space, it's like even lower, like 4% or like less than 10%. So let's change that, shall we? So this AI Sisterhood podcast is essentially for empowering women by spotlighting women who are already succeeding in AI. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to our guest today. She is Rakshitha. She's a founder and AI solutions architect who's building market validated green tech solutions. She's already deployed a custom AI powered CRM, and right now she's deep in her next obsession. She's like automating sustainability reporting for small businesses so that they can actually access green financing without drowning in like huge paperwork. But before all that, she's a pencil sketch artist, a trekker, and someone who gets genuinely lost in great novel. I think we share an interest there. So, Rakshita, welcome to the AI Sisterhood podcast. We are so lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Arthi, for having me here. And I have been following your AX clarity seasons. It was great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. A quick question, Rakshita, before we dive deep into what you are up to and all. So I just wanted to showcase to this community as to like how did you get started? Can you take me back to the beginning? Like, what did you study and how did you end up being in the sustainability space?
Yeah, I studied electronic and communication, and I started with curiosity about AI, how AI systems interact, manage, and think. That curiosity led to me these two ventures, rather critical solutions and the Skyber.
Mhm. Awesome. Okay, so you started off in electronics and communication, and you were like very curious about AI and how to use AI and
In my
all.
college days only, I'm very curious about coding, and I actually had a dream, as every person has their dreams. I have to start my career in Google, but that journey take me for starting my own business. It was a great journey from Google employee to this, but I have tried to become a Google employee, but I cannot. But instead of that, I just started building my own ventures, which made me feel proud and happy. And I had most curious about coding from my college days only. So I started coding, and whenever I had free times, then I started to build some projects. At that time, I'm building just college-based projects. Then later on, I start building production-based projects. When I started my company, then how I started to learn how to build production projects, and I just take lead. Now I know how to manage a company along with AI. AI
And you
help me
do it. Sorry.
better.
Yeah, I was mentioning that, and you do it alone, and you're a solo founder yourself, and you're running two different firms, which is pretty awesome. And it tells all about like how curious you are to learning new things and also implementing them. So that's a cool story
Yeah,
right there.
that's my childhood curiosity, which I have to discover and adopt some new technologies or discover new invent or some new skills.
Right. That's an amazing skill to have, and I think that's what has like led you to where you are right now. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. So you work in green tech with AI. Like, why that specific intersection? Like, was there a moment you thought like this is exactly what I want to build?
Like the most important problem in the world is sustainability and climate accountability. Uh, in India currently we are not having more importance for this green tech, but right now from past 1 year it started to build importance to the green tech. But before and Danish there is a rules, each small companies should all the SMS should give reports for the banks due to, yeah, if you go with a green air you can and you can have lot of profit.
Right. All
Like
right.
you can build something with low cost, and the if you take a bank loans it will be almost 0.5% discounts in the loans, because of if you follow the sustainability and you have good account audit, and based if your company is related to green tech or sustainability then it will be better, and you can free from low bank interest.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's an important nuance. I don't think many founders right now know about it. That's a pretty cool information to share. Thank you. Thanks for sharing it, Rakshitha. And yeah, you've already deployed a production AI CRM. And I guess like as a solo founder myself, I struggle a lot in like getting something out to the market and getting users and essentially making it work. But how did you get it to production? Like, was there any secret tricks that you can share to the community where other solo founders could benefit from it?
A never give up attitude. Some, yeah, as all founders I will also feel maybe I'm doing wrong. Can I able to complete, can I able to launch that product, or I have all doubt, but still I had one clarity that I can build, I can do it. So I start working on it day by day, the futures and all the what I need to build futures and all I are going to hatch those things, then it will create some sense. So like this I just concentrate on day one, not on day 100. So when I concentrate on day one, it will help me a lot what I need to do on day two, day three, day four. So it gives me clarity. Along with AI, I can build. If I get some doubt, I can use AI as my AI assistant. So it will help me a lot. So before that, I don't know how to build a production project. So while doing this, I learned how to build, how to deploy, how what are the procedures I need to follow, what makes me better than that things, and my thinking and my curiosity takes me from day one to day 100. Like I launched my project, and this is I started building because of my very personal project, because my uncle runs real estate business. So this that is a small business company from years that started struggling a lot with managing data when the customers are huge. It's definitely hard to manage all the data all alone. So I started CRM for purpose of that. So I started making some basic versions of CRM, so it's easy for me to analyze what I need to improve next. So as like that, I started with small basic CRM features to mid-range CRM features. Then I go for the review from my uncle's company and from his friends. So I when I get back some review from them, I got to know I have to I can have even more good future, what really matters in for them to follow. So then based on that I started building advanced features, and you're right now, so it's working.
Wow. Okay, I think any product that's out there that's like on the road to success is built out of like personal needs. So only when you build something like you said, like you solved one of your uncle's problems. So if you find a solution to the problem that you have, obviously like millions of the people out there like will have the same problem, and eventually they'll become your customers. So I guess that's an amazing point that you've put forth, Akshita. Thank you so much. um, and you mentioned that you use AI extensively for, assist you in all of your running both of your ventures. So, can you be honest with me? So, without AI, is any of this even possible? And what do you actually, what does AI actually equalize for you? Like, is it time, bandwidth, expertise, or like something else? Like, what it is?
Without a absolutely I cannot build alone. I need someone helps as or some developers. But with a it helps me with building. It's reduced my time. I can work with faster and much more faster than with humans or some software developer. You can say co-founder. So it helps me a lot. I can if I get some doubts, I can go and search. And if I have some issues, I can. If I don't know, I cannot ask anyone. So I can go and read. So it will help me there. Like it helps me in the work with I can do in less amount as a solo founder. It's yeah, for example, if you take for a company, if building CRM, even if it's small or mid-range companies, it took 6 to 7 months. For for with for me with AI, I just build it in 3 to 4 months, the
Okay.
complete CRM, and it saved my time and energy too.
Right. Awesome.
And
So what are tools? Sorry to interrupt. What all tools did you actually use to build your whole AI CRM in like less than 3 to 4 months?
like for deploy, I use Parcel, and for the database and all Supabase, and the VS Code for development purpose.
Awesome. Awesome. That's an amazing stack, Rakshita. Cool. You mentioned, while filling up, the form to be on this podcast, that your oops moment that you had was like trying to be the super solo founder. So, what did that actually look like day to day? Like, what broke first when you are trying to build AICRM and the recent one that you're building right now? So, what are the general struggles that you face every day?
The Before I started solo, I even has all founders have. I need someone to help as co-founder. And the same mindset I have, but I meet some persons, I interview some persons. From them, I learn something. We cannot rely on some people. They can change. They can not work how you need. So it starts me like that's okay. I can build alone with AI. I plan to start building a co-founder. Then it was a huge project, so I cannot really complete by alone. So I left that project in the middle. So and then I started doing some other projects because I don't have anything. So I have a lot of ideas in my mind, but I don't know how to bring it into real world. But so the things are like I don't know what to do. What I'm doing is right. Then my families are saying just get some full-time jobs. That's for safe. You don't need to take risk in your life. You are still hanged. You don't have any professional experience like that. So I was like, okay, I maybe I'm going in wrong directions, or what I am doing. I'm not getting. But one thing I when I started building and when I started trying lots of things, when I start experiment with myself, then I start to realize I'm meant for being a founder, not for being an employee. So I just started working more, and I started. visiting, attending, and tech events. That will guide me a lot, like how I can build. Then when I visit events, tech events, that will be help me a lot. I will meet with a lot of professionals. They will help me how I can go, what I can build. So that directions give me some good way. So I started realizing, if I start with my own family issues, which I mean that the real estate, my uncle's trouble in the real estate business. So I started, let me try with this so I can do some other big projects later on, so I can get some experience. So I started building CRM. Within 3 to 4 months, I built complete basic mid versions of CRM. Now I'm yeah, just in 15 days, the advanced version of this CRMs will be launched, and with the accountable software too. This is what I'm built for from Radhakrishna's Tech Solutions. And for Skyber, it's a small SMEs have lot of issues. Their bank are demanding them to report uh, report them with sustainability, carbon footprinting, and all the report they have to submit for the banks to make their business fit for this. So there is a law called ESG. They have to submit ESG report. You will make a CSR a law that is all, actually mainly it depends on comes under for larger enterprises, but now it's some banks are indirectly asking for small scales industries to submit it. So it will be troubling for them to submit that ESG report for them. Environmental ESG means environmental, social, and governance report. They have to submit for the banks to get their business valuated, and it's under good conference and low cost. So they have to build it. So when they have to submit, they are struggling. Larger enterprises, they can build their own ESGs, but uh, small enterprises, they cannot build. They have to rely on some other companies. But already there are a lot of CST reports softwares exist, but it's not, they cannot afford their. But what I'm building, they can afford, and they can it's all in one systems, like they can just it's connect with their accountable software, then it gives without any manual touch, it creates complete report, and they can submit for their banks and all. So I have discussed this with a Danish business analyst also. They approved my ideas also. Then right now I'm finding good founders to.
It means that somebody who is in Denmark is like already looked through your business plans and everything, and they're like super into it, right? So viewers who are like watching this episode right now, if you are in Denmark, and you are a Denmark citizen, obviously, so if you are ever interested in joining Rakshitha's venture, so yeah, you know where to reach her. I'll leave her LinkedIn account in the description. But that's pretty amazing, actually. You're like expanding globally as a solo founder, which I guess not everybody can do it. And like huge appreciation to you, and also like huge kudos and best of luck for your this specific venture. So
Thank you.
this brings me to this question that I had, like, as a woman founder in the AI space, what's your experience been like? Is it getting better, or is it like getting worse? How is it, like, is it complicated?
As a one founder with an AI, it's helped me to grow, and is as I've seen a lot of women who have a lot of ideas. They were not encouraged, or they don't have such courage to take risk. Like I've seen so many women who want to be founders, and they have good ideas, like looking for right co-founder and start some, get employees for that business what they have ideas, but it's not right now which going to be work. It's not going to work because right now we can build with AI alone, so all women can work. They just want to take some risk. First project is definitely become difficult to build as a woman who is solo, but if she starts doing, they can work, they can build more. And most of the thing, women are, they have knowledge, they have skills, but they are not ready to take risk. What I say means the women should take some step forward, and they can do, they have to believe in themselves. So if they start with that mindset, we can achieve more female founders in this tech world, and we can yeah, from so many female founders, and we can get some good products to the real world which solves most of the problems.
That's so well put, Rakshita. Like you rightly mentioned that women essentially like they do not take much risk, and also there is this recent study which says that women are not also like more prone to admit that they use AI in the workplace. Because they always assume that if you use AI, your knowledge will not be kind of brought forward and you will be judged because you use AI, and also they are afraid that they'll get wrong in using AI. So all of the insights that you shared, I think every woman listening to this, they have to start using AI because it is already 2026. So it's already been like what 4 years in delay. So it's 2022 when ChatGPT was launched, and if you've not begun even today, I think it's high time for you to start right now, as Rakshita rightly mentioned. So, Rakshita, you travel and you learn languages, you sketch. Clearly, you're someone who's like, you've got this attention towards this world. So, how does that curiosity show up in how you build AI products?
Yeah, like when I travel, I can meet some new people. Yeah, I have some incident just 2 3 days back. I visit some temple there. I met ISRO scientists. When we talk with such people, we can get some motivation and knowledge. They share so many things, how they work, how real world is meant to be, and what we are lacking. Like that, that's helped me a lot. And while I sketching, that increased my concentrations, and it's let me focus.
I wanted to ask, like, there are essentially for this specific podcast, the majority of the audience is women. Okay, so if you could kind of give one piece of advice to a woman who's like sitting with an AI idea right now, but she has not like started with it, so what would you like to say to her?
Yeah, if I have to give one piece of advice, it was, be don't wait for the perfect moment. Just start with what you have, where you are. You don't need everything figured out. So focus on solving real world problems, inspired of, instead of building something some small projects behind prototypes, and try to build real solutions. And most importantly, be consistent. That matters more. And discipline, yeah, for a man, to particularly for a woman, to every woman listening, you don't need permission to start. You don't need to be perfect. A small steps today you take can complete your future for uh, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing advice, Rakshita. So, women listening to this, just go for it. Don't wait for anybody's permission because the world is, your space, and you have so many cool tools right now that would help us build anything that we want. And yeah, that's an amazing advice, Akshita. So now we are entering a segment called lightning round. Okay, so this is where I'd ask you like very simple questions, but you should not think more about it. Just answer whatever comes to your mind. No controversial questions and all, so don't worry about it. So
That's okay.
this is a small fun segment where we get to know more about you. So that's it. All right, shall we get started?
Yeah, we can.
All right. So AI tool you use every single day and you cannot live without it. What is it?
ChatGPT.
Awesome. Biggest AI hype that has turned out to be just hype.
I think I don't have such things till
Mhm.
now.
Okay, no issues. Next question. If you have to like give up one specific thing forever, okay, would you give up trekking or sketching?
I really don't want to give up that. That's both are giving me something motivation and energy to do something. Whenever I feel stressed, I can simply sketch, and it gives me new energy and new focus. It's rebuild myself. I can build, but nowadays I cannot able to sketch as much as before. But I don't like to leave both. Trekking, it gives me physical exercise and it gives me moreover I just doing trekking a place which gives peace. Even yeah, we can connect this like when we start building with AI from day one. It's like when we start the first step in trekking, it's both are similar. From step one, it's quite difficult. We think we have to go that much far to reach the destination. As similar with building project. From day one, we don't have clarity. When we came at the end of the project, then we have all the clarity. We we can know what we can do. But I don't really want to give up both. I just want to continue both.
Yeah, that
I was
was
like
just
most
yeah, yeah. That was just for fun. You don't have to give up anything. I am pretty sure that, like you mentioned, obviously both of these hobbies of yours is what like is powering both of your ventures, like with your creativity, with your dopamine, and everything. So that was just a fun question. So, yep, I think we've reached the end of our session, and it's been a super
I
rich
had some
conversation.
questions for you.
Sorry?
I had some questions for you.
Oh, for me.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, shoot it.
yeah, yeah. Till now we have done lot of broadcast. From each broadcast, what you learned and what advice you can say from them.
Right. Okay. I think a podcast, like an interview type of podcast, this will be the fifth one that I'm doing today. So far I've done only like four of them. But I used to like run podcast for my other organization that I was like part of. So I think I've learned a little bit over there. So, but eventually, like when I'm speaking with founders such as yourself who are in this AI space, who are like building so much, have this amazing knowledge to share with the community. I think initially the first episode I had this jitters because I don't know, I didn't know if this would succeed, or I didn't know if I could continue the conversation naturally, if the person who joined would be comfortable sharing all the information that I asked, because that was live, it was not pre-recorded. So obviously the first one I had this nervousness, But then the first guest was Deb Haas. So she is this amazing personality who is like, you know, she just goes with this flow, and then she made me really comfortable, and I guess that was the starting point that I had. But then overall learning, I think, when you're talking to people, essentially in the AI space, like who are working with the same tools and working towards maybe the same goals, I think it gives me personally a lot of insights. And also I'm like super grateful because obviously, like, you are, all of you are like agreeing to spend this solid 1 hour with me, and also empowering women who get to watch this amazing stories of yours. So eventually there are like a couple of women who have like reached out to me privately via DMs and mentioned that this specific podcast has like added so much of value to them, because each and every guest, they share their own unique story and their own unique problems and struggles that they overcome, and some of them even face it, like, personally, like they can relate with some of the guests that have been here. So I think this is one of the favorite things that I always look forward to every week. For among the other things that I do, this is the favorite thing for me.
Why you started broadcast? What made you to start, and why you decided you want to be a broadcast host?
Yep. So I am a huge podcast fan, if you will. So I listen to a lot of podcasts. Like when I do my morning walk and when I'm cooking, or anytime that I'm like, in need of some creative juices flowing in me, I tune into podcasts. So and during all of those times, I always wanted to do a podcast of my own. Okay. And briefly, I did something called the AI radio show, where I went live every single day, like only Monday to Friday, every day in the evening I would go live and share all the, everything that's happened in AI in the past 24 hours. So I was doing that, but that was like too much and overwhelming. So I've kind of like put a pause into it. So this specific podcast, the AI Sisterhood podcast, is something, it's kind of personal to me, because I am from a non-tech background. I did my bachelor's in biotechnology, master's in biostatistics and epidemiology, and throughout my life until my first job, it was completely non-tech. So my first job was the actual real tech job, and that's when I learned about coding, what is a database, what is a server, and so on. So it was hard for me in the beginning. It was like pre-AI era, so I could not chat GPT everything or Gemini everything if I have any question. So the main intent of this specific podcast is to basically empower women who are still, afraid, or who are still reluctant to get into the AI space, um, and also to let them know that so many guests in this podcast are from non-tech background. So only after the AI era they started building. They have not written even a single line of code, but they have the successful products that's launched, and they have around so many users who've already signed up. So if at least one woman is like empowered by this, and then goes on to build her own company, or excel at their existing role, I think I would have achieved the purpose. So that's what drives me, and to become this specific podcast host.
That's great. It's
Thank you.
interesting that make you from non-tech background to tech.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much. All right. Did you have any other questions for me?
Yeah, like why you started with AI? Why you came for AI field? What made you to come for AI from non-tech background to tech background?
Right.
And why you
So
want to teach AI to all? I have been following your AI seasons for when I get some time. Then I seen you are visiting some schools and teaching those people about AI. How you feel when you go schools and teach about AI and spreading the AI knowledge for everyone what you have, and what makes you want to do such a great job?
Thank you so much for saying that. It kind of like gives me a different kind of joy, if you will. Recently, I visited one school. It's like in Vellore, that's like closer to Chennai. So in that school, it was like purely seventh graders who are like young minds with so much creativity. So this whole workshop was like to enable them to build their own idea, so to let them know that with AI, they can become entrepreneurs even before they pass out of school. Because we have a lot of 16-year-olds, 14-year-olds building their own business right
Yeah,
now, right?
from kid.
So yeah, so essentially to kind of enlighten them that such a field also exists. You need not follow the traditional path, like where you pass out of high school, go to college, and then go to a job. That's okay if you are into it, but then there is also this alternative path which you can take. So this was my main intent. And the kind of reception that I got with seventh graders, and they are in their annual leave, if you will. So you must imagine, like the kind of energy that they might have, like they are in this full powerful energetic fun mode. So but they showed amazing interest into. And I remember this one guy, who was sitting in the front during that workshop. He was like super excited when his idea was like built, and he visualized the whole tool that was in his head, and then the next minute it was like on a screen. So that joy, that kind of an excitement that I saw in that seventh grade person, that brought me so much joy. And this joy I feel every time I teach someone who has no knowledge about AI, but has like built something on their own, like after like 1 or 2 hour session. So I think I'm doing this for this specific joy. It's like I'm addicted to it. It gives me this boost that I don't think anything else kind of gives me.
That's cool.
Thank you. Mhm.
Yeah, we can wrap, I think.
Yeah, sure, Rakshita. Awesome. Thank you so much for
Do you
joining this
have
podcast.
anything? Do you have
Um,
any?
I no, I've like asked you all the questions that I had in mind. So yes, I think we're done, Rakshita. And I'm like, sorry, I would really love to have you again as a guest, like maybe 5 or 6 episodes later, when you have established your Denmark, you know when you've expanded to Denmark. So when you have that story, I would love to have you again on this podcast. And but anyways, this has been such a rich conversation. And thank you for being real with all of us, like about your solo founder grind, for nerding about all of these green regulations, and that was actually fun. And for reminding us that done is like better than perfect. So you just need to get started. Just go for it. And yeah, everyone, please go follow Rakshita on LinkedIn. I've linked her profile below, and watch what she's building in the green tech space. It genuinely matters. And I look forward to your AI CRM, the full launch, you mentioned in a couple of days. So
Uh,
thank you. Thank you so much, Rakshita. You really made this episode amazing, and you've brightened a lot of women's lives who are like listening to this right
Thanks
now.
for having me here too.
Yeah, fantastic.